Don't let them snatch your edges.
Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop.
Hey loves, it's Ashley Britt and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're going to be discussing protective styles. Not just different types of protective styles, but everything you need to know about protective styles for your natural hair. So before we get into today's video, just make sure you take that quick second, that quick moment to go down below, hit that subscribe button, click the bell button so you don't miss any of my videos, and follow me over on Instagram so you can always see what's up. Let's just go ahead and hop right on into today's video. So if you clicked on this video, you probably know what protective styles are, or you're curious about protective styles. What are protective styles? Protective styles is a term that we like to use in the natural hair community that refers to our hair being protected, hopefully in its protective style. You know, your ends are tucked away, your hair is moisturized. In this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about protective styles for your natural hair. I'm going to go over everything from hair care, installation, the do's and the don'ts, the styles that I recommend you stay away from, as well as the ones I recommend you fall in love with. First things first though, if you didn't know, the proper thing to do is to always care for your natural hair first and foremost. The goal here is to protect our hair, right? Before getting any protective style, it is recommended that you thoroughly care for your hair. It should be clean and moisturized. Personally, I like to use my Aztec Indian healing clay recipe to clarify my hair. I just find that that is what works best for me. Usually, I like to choose to go in with a protein-based deep conditioner after using my Aztec clay mask before a protective style, just because usually with protective styles, I'm going to want that strength in my hair to last the amount of time that I'm aiming for. But that is all based upon my own hair type and my hair care needs. So it is fundamental that you know what your hair needs and what your hair type like. Next thing I know a lot of you want to know is how much does it cost? Now, this is really going to depend on where you live, because I mean, the world is just a huge, ginormous place for us all to live in, and location matter and market matters. So one person may be able to get their protective styles done for $300, where somebody may pay a steep price of $800. I know it's just like that. It's just the name of the game. You never know what you're gonna get. Keep in mind that each individual stylist and salon have the right to choose their own pricing, and that it is not polite to negotiate or try to bargain with your stylist. Like, it's so corny. So drop in the comments what you think the average price of a protective style is throughout the United States. But I can tell you this, you're up to it, you can definitely save some coins with protective styles if you learn to do the styles yourself. There are plenty of videos on YouTube that show you how to create some of these elaborate and fantastic protective styles that you all have fallen in love with while scrolling over on Instagram and or YouTube. So don't count yourself out. You may just surprise yourself. How long should you leave a protective style in? It's probably one of the top questions that I get on every protective style video, and it's honestly and truly up to you. But I would never recommend that you go past 2 months. I think 2 months max is a good spot to stop, okay? Because protective styles are used for protection and healthy hair growth. I have no idea what your goals are, but those are mine. So if that's the case and yours align with me, then I would suggest that you not leave it in that long. I think we all can agree that 2 weeks is a happy, healthy limit for a protective style. How do you care for your protective styles? Personally, when it comes to caring for my protective styles, there are two things that I always am aiming for, and one is proper scalp care. So for me, that means I am sometimes applying some type of oil to my scalp because I like to soothe the itch, the flakage, any of that sensation. I like to soothe it all with some oil, but it's always up to you. Also am very big on making sure my scalp is clean, so every week I do aim to at least put a little bit of moisture into my hair, wash it with a little bit of shampoo very lightly, and that is very important because, again, healthy hair grows from your scalp, and so if you're not properly taking care of your hair, are you really protecting hair growth? The next thing that I feel like a lot of people want to know as far as when it comes to protective styles is, do Do protective styles help your hair grow? So to make it simple, the answer is yes and no. Well, if you want to know how protective styles can help you achieve healthy hair growth, then you've clicked on the right video, because to ensure in giving yourself the best possibilities for healthy hair growth while using protective styles, it's a way to ensure some hair growth. It is possible. The answer is yes if 1, you prepared your hair. 2, if you choose the correct style for your hair type. Now, when it comes to your hair type, things that I find to be very important when it comes to choosing your protective style is knowing your hair density. When it comes to figuring out what is best for you and understanding your hair type, I think it is very, very important to use your hair history. So if you have a history of, hey, I've gotten box braids, and every time I've gotten box braids, my edges are falling out, Hairstory tells you it is not a good idea. Do not do it. And if you want to know what makes a protective style not a good source of healthy hair growth, then here are your reasons why. You did not properly care for your hair before you installed your protective style. So if you're one of those people that are looking to take shortcuts and skip washing and thoroughly moisturizing and protein basing and giving your hair what it needs, that TLC, then you're not really doing what is best to get the optimal results to achieve healthy hair growth for your protective style. So no, in my book, you will not see protective styles as a healthy source of growth. 2, you chose the wrong style. So with that, many things could fall under it. You either picked a style that just was not good for your hair type, so it was too much tension, and or it was too much weight on your hair. And within this category, I also want to pick that maybe you chose the wrong stylist. Contrary to belief, that matters. So to make this simple, the answer would be no. You are not properly caring for your hair during your protective style as well as after, because both of those are as important. Now that you know all of this information, I bet you're wondering and very curious what styles you should stray away from, as well as those ones you should fall in love with, as well as what styles are out there. So first, let's just go over some of the many protective styles that you will find in the natural hair community. Box braids, and those come in different styles, which have the knotless, which is the current style I have in, as well as the traditional way. Then you have faux locks, and you have crochet styles of those, as well as many variations, whether it's goddess, bohemian style, faux lock. So within that, you also have crochet styles, passion twists, wigs, sew-ins, and cornrows / braids. Now, when it comes to protective styles, out of those styles that I named, I would say there are probably about 5 of those that I would stray away from using with natural hair, especially if you feel like your hair is more prone to breakage, or your hair is on the thinner type, depending on which style is going to fall under. So first and foremost, the style I recommend you to stay away from, no matter your hair's density, that is going to be sew-ins with bleed out, okay? Honey, it is 2019. I think we all know that anything that burns like this on the side, you see this? We do not need to be damaging our hair to blend our hair with another form of hair to protect our hair. It just does not make sense. Number 2, box braids, okay? I'm ready to take these box braids out if you're curious. This will probably be one of my last times ever rocking box braids. They gave me the worst headache I think I've ever had when it came to a protective style. This is definitely a style I would not recommend, especially if your hair is on low density side. So you have thinner hair, your hair strands themselves are not strong enough. It takes a lot of hair, it requires a lot of time, and I find that they oftentimes look the best when they have these little tiny little boxes. To be real, that's not healthy. That's not protection. Number 3, faux locks. So I know faux locks are beautiful and they just have this capturing look to them, but honestly, using 3 and 4 different types of hair to achieve one style on your head just not seem like the best and most healthiest choice that you can make for your natural hair. Number 4, wearing these consistent buns, whether they're low and or high, constantly, okay? Because I know we love these sleek styles and these buns and these puffs. Like, oh my gosh, I get it, they're gorgeous, but they're definitely not that healthy, because when you got those hairs in the perimeter, you're trying to figure out why are they looser. That's why. That is not healthy hair growth. So let's stray away from those as well. Number 5, I found this one a little difficult to place here, but I feel like it will fit probably most people, and that is the rubber band method. Now, this is not an exact protective style, but it is a method to achieve a lot of protective styles that many of us like to use, because let's be honest, it's way more convenient, it's quicker, it's the easier route. But if your hair is more prone to damage, this is definitely not the method I would suggest for you all, just because that rubber band being wrapped around your hair is tugging and constantly pulling on your hair strands. And if you know what's best for you, then I probably would stray away from that. Now, while I just sat here and gave you the styles that I recommend you stay away from, here are some that I recommend you give a try, because these styles were going to fall under more of the low manipulation protective styles, and these are the styles that we need to definitely be spending way more time achieving and doing these. So these styles that are more traditionally aligned with providing us protection will be, 1, our wigs. So if you're not a wig lover, sis, get you one. Okay, this is a very old one, but it is definitely a good source of protection. This is one that has the entire hairline, like front to back, all around your perimeter, so no hair will be left out. There is no need to apply any heat. This is a glueless lace front wig, so there are so many options out here. If you're definitely wanting to learn more about how to wear wigs in 2019, because there's no reason we should be looking like it's 2000 wearing our wigs nowadays, honey, so just let me know. But that is definitely a great source of protection for your natural hair. Number 2 is going to be twists, and within twists you have your chunky twist, you have your mini twist, you have your flat twist, you name it. Twists are a very good style to use as far as providing your hair with some protection and it being low manipulation. This is the style that I opt to use for my daughter's natural hair growth all of the time, and it's working phenomenally on her hair. Number 3 is not an exact style. Anything that is like a twist or braids that do not require hair extensions. So the Marley twist, the Kanakalan hair, all of that. I know we love our long hair, but sometimes I think if we really want to just chill back and have really low manipulation and we're achieving and aiming for healthy hair growth, and I think if we can just back off from, you know, providing that extra tension on our hair, that our hair would thank us even more. Number 4, buns. Buns is one of those things that are just easy to do. You know, you can achieve just a regular bun in any position, low, high, medium. You can do twisted buns, so you've done your mini twist, your chunky twist, and you put them all into a bun. It is a good and easy protective style that many of us can do without much talent required, and I know that is a very big thing for us in our community as far as hair care goes. And last but not least, any style of an updo will do, because again, tucking those ends, making sure your hair is moisturized, you're not putting your fingers in your hair is not overly exposed to the elements of the world. This is what I would consider to be our holy grail protective styles. Like, these are the styles that you need to be using if you're really aiming to grow out your natural hair. So before we end off this video, I do want to end off with just a few little more tidbits. So of all this information I provided you with, I do want to leave you with a recommendation, as well as some of my most favorited and easiest protective styles. So my least light protective style has to be my current style, and it is absolutely gorgeous to look at. It is absolutely appealing to the eye, but to the wearer, it is not the style for me. I am absolutely over this style. I am ready to take this style out. I love the look of it, but it just seems to be too much tension on my scalp for me. The easiest style, hands down, has to be passion twist. If you're in a cramp for time and you don't consider yourself that talented when it comes to hair styling, I definitely think this is going to be the easier style for you to achieve. So if you're looking for that, I'll definitely push you in that direction. And as far as my absolute most favorite style, just because I love the way it looks on me, and it is, however, one of the styles that I did recommend you all to stray away from, that is going to be faux locks, whether it's just the traditional faux locks or the goddess faux locks. That is a style that I would recommend for you all if you just like the look of it. But again, do keep in mind that if it does not fit your hair type, that you need to stay away. If you're looking for what I consider to be one of the more better protective styles in this day and age in 2019, I would consider the passion twist. But if you want to go something that's just strictly low manipulation in your hair, I think mini twists are absolutely gorgeous. Definitely check those out. I do not have a video on that, but I plan to do the mini twist tutorial on my channel very soon. Two things that I want to leave you all with in this video before we end it off here, and that is that not all protective styles actually protect. And number two, choose the best style option for you. So with that being said, share this video if you found it helpful. Give it a thumbs up. Always remember, you're popping, you're beautiful, and I love you. And I can't wait to see you in my next one. Bye.